Hi guys, in today's video I will be talking about things I wish I knew before getting married. So some of them were things I knew in passing, like I didn't have an understanding of, but I just knew like this thing exists or this thing happened. But I got into marriage and I experienced it firsthand. So I feel for those I need to share these things that I now know better, these things that I now have an understanding of. So if it's something you'll be interested in, please continue watching. With no further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I didn't know, so I'm new in marriage. The first thing I didn't know so much about, I knew, is love languages. So I know that there were 5 different kind of love languages. I know different people with different ways they want to be loved. Different people with, some people their love language is everything, the 5 of them. Some people just one, cool people one. Everybody, some people the 5. Some people just 3. Different people with different ways they want to be loved. So I thought that in my head, I thought, oh, it wasn't before. I didn't know that each person to their own be something. I didn't know that like these love languages are tailored to each person's personality. So for example, I thought that it's just anyone, anybody can feel loved with any form of love language. So far it's part of the 5. Shall just give it and the person should appreciate it, the person should feel loved. But it was until I got into marriage I realized that what my love languages are different from my husband's love language, and I cannot use my own language to appreciate, to deal with him. Like for example, of course, I'm just giving an example. This is exactly what it is. If my love language is acts of service, and and every time I'm always pushing that, I'm always doing things for my husband, expecting him to feel loved by those things. But in the long run, I realized that his own is different, and it actually took me a while before realizing that his different is his own is different from mine. Be open-minded in the way your partner wants to be loved, as in free your mind, try to understand his person, to know how he wants to be loved, and be very intentional in making him feel special in that particular way, not your own way. If both are 2 different people. So I learned that being intentional and being open-minded to know what he wants. So that's that about love language. The next one would be sex. So guys, see, I thought sex was just part of the marriage. I already knew that sex was important. I knew sex was God ordained. I knew how important it is for the marriage, but I just never had like an in-depth understanding. It just did not come to me like a grounded knowledge. It was just something I knew in passing. But when I got into it, I realized and I understood that sex was part of the love. It was part of the sex. Was just not a random thing. I already knew all this, but knowing and having an understanding are 2 different things. So when I got into the marriage, I understood that it wasn't just a regular thing. It wasn't just a fling. It was something ordained by God to happen between husband and wife. And I now got to realize that before marriage, the devil would try to beautify sex, that he would try to tempt you to sex. But when you now get into the marriage, the devil would try for you to withhold sex from your husband, and that way it begins to cause issues or something. So I understood the importance, the heavenly understanding and importance of sex. So next one would respecting your personal space and boundaries. So that before marriage, we used to go out, we used to go on dates and all of that. And I was excited that, oh, such life is going to continue in the marriage. And before I knew it, once we're out of the house, we're always together. Aside maybe work or something, we were always together, always going out together. Then I began to realize that, oh, he needs his own time. I need my own time. He needs his own time to be with his friends. I need my own time to be with my friends. So I understood the space and the boundaries, just because we are going to come back home to each other. So why not continue our personal lives on our own, and then still have the togetherness when it comes. So I understood the importance of space and understanding space and boundaries. So another thing is communication. See, communication for someone like me, I never used to like to when there are issues, I never liked to talk about it immediately. I just wanted to cool off and think about it before talking. But later on, I realized that sometimes it's important to talk about it immediately instead of like bottling issues up and all that. Talk about it, and you guys will move on from it. So I got to understand the level to the importance of communication. So another thing is, do not neglect your identity. Identify yourself even in marriage. So it just boils down to that space thing. Live your own life. You guys were two different people before coming together. Have your own personal life. Have your own personal life. Do not neglect the friends that you had before just because you are married. I'm sure guys don't do such things. I really don't know. I can't really say. But I believe that this neglecting your friends kind of thing is more common in women. We ladies, you neglect your friends just because you're already married and all that. It doesn't have to be so. Still live your life. Except, except, for there are like good reasons why you need to neglect that friend. But generally, I'm talking from like a general perspective. Do not neglect your friends because you are now married. You're not going to do life with just that person. You're going to do life with those around you. So, and friendship is very, very important. Even the most powerful people in the world still have their own friends. Even the most influential people still have to rely on friends at one point or the other. So it's important to have your own people in your carcass. Yeah, it's better to have your carcass. It's not just your spouse that's going to be like in the center of it. So that is all of some of the things that I learned that I wish I knew before I got married. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have more suggestions, please leave it in the comment section, and I'll be willing and very glad to talk about it with you people. Thank you. I'll see you until the next one. Have a lovely week. Bye.